Strahd. Yep, there it is.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of the Death House and potentially the bigger Curse of Strahd one day, the intro into that world. So we are back. It's been over a month, probably. It's been a
hot minute.
Yeah, so we're getting back into it, getting back into the Gothic setting, and we're gonna do a little recap to sort of talk about what happened in the first episode and get us back into the mindset here. So I'll start by saying, welcome back to the Death House, a foreboding mansion shrouded in an aura of darkness and despair. Its aged, decrepit exterior reflects the passage of time and neglect, and yet the imposing structure looms over the desolate village of Barovia, where you have recently been summoned. You were to meet with a courier carrying a message, but upon your arrival, you were greeted with the stench of death, ink parchment, and wild beast. And so less formally, let's talk about what happened. So you guys fought some wolves. You read a letter, which was from the leader of Barovia, essentially messaging that his daughter has been into some trouble and is wanting you guys to help and to learn more about that. So upon taking that message, it was very clear to you what happened to her. You guys fought these wolves, and you did note one that sort of watched from afar with red eyes that did not engage and disappeared after the battle.
Big old dire wolf. Yep.
Yeah. And all of these had like big fucking fangs too. Kind of wild. And then after the fog behind you, and then I believe there was an arrow of blood that kind of pushed you to one direction where you guys were basically, there was only one way to go. And as you walked that path, you met up with 2 children, wonderfully played by JD. Thank you again. Hopefully you're rewatching this, JD. And that was hilarious. I've re-listened to that like twice now, and it's good. But the children told you guys a few key things. They have a brother named Walter who lives upstairs in their home, and they don't want to go back to the home because of the monster that lives in the basement. You guys essentially took that as a mission to say, we'll help you with the monster. And that's what brought you to the house. They did not follow you in. But once you guys got into the home, y'all took off and scattered, opened up all the doors, and really tried to figure out what was going on in there. And you guys found a couple things. So Brad, at one point, your character entered a study and found an iron key. I forget who stumbled in, but you guys eventually all made it into a secret passage in that study where there was a chest and a letter and some key items that you found once you guys broke into the chest. And those were spell scrolls. So one was bless, one was protection from poison, and one was spiritual weapon, I think. So you guys have those 3 spell scrolls. You also found, in addition to the letter, like the deed to the home, a deed to a windmill, a bunch of documents like that. And specifically, the letter mentioned a few things. There was an affair. There was a stillborn child. There was a cult, basically, that the family was running, is what you could gather from this letter. And the letter was from Strahd, essentially telling this family to fuck off.
Yep. Kick bricks.
Yeah, exactly. So that was what you guys found. I don't believe there was anything else of note that you found. So story-wise, you're kind of starting to learn what's happening or what happened in the home. The other detail was it was the Durst family. Cornelius remembered that, and it sort of took his breath away, like, oh man, this rich family had all of this taken away from them over time. And that sort of floored him a little bit. And he is the one who held on to all of those documents.
Yep.
And I believe Brad has the scrolls. Is I think how that shook out.
I was just looking for them, but I think I had them all.
I believe you do. I believe you took the scrolls.
I know Cornelius didn't take any of them.
Yeah, you just ended up with the documents.
Yeah, I wanted all the historical stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And I think it was you two who noticed. It might have been Chris who grabbed them, but there were some magical scrolls too, and there were like necromantic rituals.
Yeah, Cornelius was the one who figured out that it was like amateurish at best. Like someone
Yeah.
found it and tried to recreate it and just like basically fucked it all up, and that's probably what caused some of this to happen. Yeah.
Yep. They tried to maybe do some things that definitely didn't work.
They were playing with things that they did not understand.
Yes, exactly. And that's about it, I think, story-wise. So that's where we're at there. You also then went upstairs, discovered that the upstairs is dirty. So there, yes, is some magic that was keeping the downstairs pretty and clean.
Yep.
And you entered combat with a suit of armor, essentially, that came to life. And nobody could hit anybody. Was kind of funny. And then after some swinging and missing, you guys eventually, through an attack of opportunity, were able to end that threat. And that's where we left off, basically right post combat, and kind of ready to explore. So what I'll say to start, unless there's any questions or points you guys had on the recap, and I'll take your silence as no. What are your passive perception scores?
So passive is what? Oh, it's mine's 11.
14.
Okay. And are you Marcus? Is that your guy's name, Brad?
Marcus.
Yes. Marcus.
Marcus.
In the room post battle, you notice the wall to, when you're looking at the coat of armor to your left, basically, doesn't look quite right. There's something with that wall that looks just a little bit off. I think that's all you would notice right now. Yeah, and like I said in the last session, but as a reminder, when the coat of arms fell and was done, it withered away, so it's not something you could pick up and put on.
Weird you would say that.
So weird.
So sad.
It's not every day you see a suit of armor come alive like that.
That was pretty wild.
Someone found Cornelius's voice. But yeah, we're good to go. We can pick it up live right post combat.
We know we're on the 3rd floor. We didn't see a basement, but the kids said there was a creature in the basement, correct?
Correct. To date, you have not found like a way or an easy staircase or anything essentially leading to the basement. No.
Well, that combat felt like 2 months ago.
It's a very strange thing to say. We just fought it.
Literally like a couple minutes ago.
Did I tell you guys I have weird dreams? Never mind. That wall seems a little off.
Which wall?
And I point to whatever one you were talking about, Joe.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay. Over here.
Can I investigate it?
Yeah, definitely. Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
9.
It looks like a wall.
I'll check.
While they're investigating,
Dude,
I'm
I
going to
think
send
this is just a wall.
my little bat friend to explore the hallway over here if I can.
Yeah, definitely. Gosh, I don't know what how it was fogged, so we're just gonna go with it.
Is the whole thing just like gone now?
I think I sectioned it at one point, and now it's like
super bat hearing and vision.
Yeah, exactly. But it's okay.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay, it looks like a wall.
I don't know. I thought it looked weird, but I guess it just looks like a wall.
So as your bat is checking that out, what you see in front of you there are, you're walking into an entryway, and before you are 2 grand wooden doors, like beautifully ornate. I mean, they've decayed over time, but they are closed. So don't know that your bat could open the doors.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out this door.
Yeah, cool. As you enter that room, you open up a double door set, and this door set has some stained glass kind of imprinted into the wood. Very beautiful. And as the doors open, it reveals a dusty room filled with cobwebs. And in that room, you notice a large bed, 2 end tables, and a wardrobe behind you if you're looking at the bed. To your right, the way you're looking, is another set of doors, and that's closed. And why don't you give me a perception check? You rolled a pretty bad one outside, so we'll give you a chance to have a better one now.
Redemption.
4.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, it looks
Not
like
today.
it looks like a bedroom. You know, someone slept in here at one time, and that's what this room was intended to be and what it was for.
All right, I'll continue to like walk around the room, just see if there's anything of note.
You can't really see anything, especially with a roll like that. Let me.
Is there anything of note in there?
Yeah, I don't know what
No.
to say.
No, there's not. I don't even think there's a room. I think it's a closet.
I think there's a bed. That seems weird.
No. That's one of those closet things.
Ah,
Murphy bed. It's a Murphy bed.
my name's Marcus.
Von Lichtenstein's gonna kind of walk over here and try and put his ear to the doors, both the one's the bedroom and the other one, to see if he can hear anything.
Cool. Give me investigation.
19 plus 3.
Cool.
22.
So when you listen, you hear like maybe a draft, just kind of an eerie, I mean, what you would typically hear in a haunted house, right? But
Okay.
you can confidently gather that there's no threat lurking in that room, ready to swing a club at you or anything like that.
Okay. This is the bedroom or the other
Mhm.
room?
Which door? Sorry, give me.
I was gonna
put your
listen to
cursor over
both,
it.
but if you want me to roll 2 separate ones for each individual room, I can do so.
No, neither are. There's no threat in either.
Okay.
You're listening to both and you don't hear anything.
I think we are alone up here. I don't hear any noises.
All right, I'll walk into that room.
With you in there, why
Uh,
don't you give your friend or whoever wants to make the roll? I'll let you guys help each other. Let's get an investigation check in here.
All right. Oh, D&D Beyond blessed me with a natural 20.
Heyo.
Okay.
Got the B.
You gather that to the right there again is a door that's closed, but taking a look at this room, it hits you like, oh, this is clearly where someone, maybe like a nursemaid, would stay, or some of the help would stay, specifically someone who would have been watching a newborn, because the way that this is designed is it looks like there's a nursery over here and then someone sleeping here. Clearly these guys are so wealthy, right? The mom would have never taken care of the infant. And as you look over to, what's your character's name again, Lair? Tyrion?
Yep.
You look over to Tyrion and you start to giggle. You're like, oh, he's just like looking at the wardrobe, trying to find secrets that don't exist. But you can clearly see that there's a false wall behind the wardrobe.
Tyrion.
Hmm.
This is not a closet. I don't know what you're accustomed to when it comes to room sizes, but and then I like push. I don't know, however you would open the false wall. Like as I'm staring, looking him in the eyes, I like push it open or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, how we'll say it works is you move the wardrobe over, you sort of
Yeah.
push it, and you can kind of push in the wall and move the drywall, basically, if they even used drywall back then.
Right.
And what you see is on both sides there are false walls when you look in, but it is an old, dusty, like you actually cough as the dust hits you when you move the wall. But this is a stair set leading up to another floor.
Oh.
Behold. Stairs.
Oh,
Hmm.
stairs.
Let's go check
but
it
that
out.
but
And
that's what
that's
that is.
here. Is that right?
The map's not right. So that entire block there
This
is a
one.
set of stairs. Yep.
Okay.
Maybe that's where the little kid is. The other little kid.
We're looking for a kid. I thought we were looking for a monster.
So monster in the
Oh.
basement, but the two kids outside said that they have a little brother that lives upstairs.
You can
Oh.
probably tell us where the basement is.
Probably. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Oh my god.
So
wait.
you guys are hilarious. Okay, when you go upstairs, I'm gonna move you. You come out here.
It's dark.
You seem more reckless than you were 10 minutes ago.
You come out here. And let's see if I was smart when I did this originally. Yes, you come out into a hallway. And in said hallway, you see multiple doors, right? You kind of turn around, get your footing. I can actually remove this one too. Again, old, dusty. It doesn't look like anyone's been up here in a hot minute. Even like when the house was in use, it doesn't look like people came up here super often. So, but that's what you're scanning. So you take a look to your right, you can see a door. Just past that one, another door. Up there to the left, and then all the way to your left, there's like a big hallway essentially to your left as well as to the right. But there's another door. So you have options. But we're gonna cut to Eric just to see what he's doing, and then we'll come back to you after you've decided sort of what to do and where to go.
Yeah,
And
I think if I'm pretty confident there's nothing in this room, so I think that with that knowledge, I'll feel free to like open the door and send my little bat friend in to kind of like get a lay of the land before I walk in fully.
cool, yeah. As the doors open and the bat flies in, what you see or what the bat sees, this is a beautiful master suite. And the master suite has a fireplace, has a large king size bed. There's a tiger rug on the ground. There's a table off to the right. It looks like there's an access to a balcony. Beautiful master suite, as big as some houses probably are for some of the poorer folk. And then a couple things. Let me get a perception. Because are you seeing through the bat's eyes, or is the bat seeing it and telling you?
So
Like,
I
how
think
does
what
that
would
work?
happen is just the bat would fly in, kind of do a lap, make sure there's nothing dangerous in the room. Then
Yeah,
as soon
yeah,
as I
yeah.
get that confirmation, I would actually walk in the room itself.
Okay. So that description is apt for what the bat saw. It can place these things in here. There is no threat.
Cool.
As you walk in, you can see that the tiger rug was made from real tiger and is like rotting and decaying. It has a stench to
Interesting.
it. And as you look to the bed, why don't you go? Not go to it, but why don't you give me a perception check?
Okay. Ooh, that's absolute dog shit. 6.
The rolls are continuing.
You can see the word scratched into the wood, adulterer, on the edge of the bed.
Which tracks with what we saw from the letter, or heard from the letter, read from the letter.
Exactly. And so from where you're standing, that's really what you can pick up,
Okay.
just kind of from your glance of the room there.
Okay, cool. So one question, this might fuck you up a little bit, but I'm assuming that the tiger skin would probably not be native to whatever origin this place had in the material plane. Is that a fair assumption or not?
No, that's a fair assumption because this was brought into the Shadowfell, right? So, that tiger rug clearly he or he commissioned someone to go hunting somewhere and get that and bring that back.
He's still trying to gather like enough information about like placing where these people were on the hierarchy, of wealth and so obviously if you have like a fucking tiger pelt and tigers are not native to where you're at, that says a good deal, I think, about where they were.
100%.
He's definitely interested in the desk that I see over here. Can I do like an investigation on that bad boy?
Yeah, totally. So as you do that, you come up and you can see a jewelry box that was on the desk.
Okay.
There's really nothing else. It's clearly where the wife sat. Maybe she would read. She would do her makeup.
Interesting.
That was definitely
Okay.
her sitting area.
That's a lot better. 22.
Yeah. So you're able to see that there's a jewelry box there. And if you were to check that out, you could get into it, no problem. And in there, there is the jewelry box itself is made of silver and gold, or at least it has silver and gold embedded in it. So that'd be worth a decent chunk. There's also 3 gold rings, and then a small platinum necklace with a topaz pendant.
Damn.
So that's worth quite a bit. And I can give you estimates after, but yeah, you would find all of those 3 things sitting in that jewelry box on the desk there.
Okay. I think he would open it up, like take inventory of everything that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna leave it open, but he's not gonna take it for right this second.
Cool.
Cornelius should probably take his time. I think he would feel pretty confident that everyone else is okay since he hasn't heard anything yet. So I think if you want to pivot, we can do that. But he will continue exploring this area.
Cool.
A little bit
I was
further.
gonna say probably a good pivot time.
Cool.
So let's go back to the other crew. Brad, did you follow Chris, or are you still hanging out in the room?
I think I would have been. It's like, oh wait, well, what's in here? And I'll open that door real quick. Right next.
Okay. I love it.
Someone's getting dropped this session. It's happening.
As you open that door, a few things happen. You peer in and you see what appears to be a crib, and the crib is in bad shape. It has clearly seen years and years of decay, hasn't been touched. And over the top of the crib is a kind of shittily placed black shroud. And you can sort of see into the wood, like where the shroud isn't covering it, and it looks like there are blankets sort of in like a pile, but you can't really tell because it's dark and this black shroud is over it. And what you can see though is the frame, and it's kind of again shittily placed. And as the door swings open and you catch that glimpse, you hear from in the room a howl, a very high pitched howl. I'm not gonna do it because I'll probably wake up the entire house. I can't even get that high pitched. And in that, in front of you, basically from the crib, pushes out this ghostly, decayed woman. And I'll have you roll initiative.
Help!
I'm assuming we all heard that.
You heard the howl. Like it was a loud.
Cool.
Oh, no.
Loud.
It's loud enough to wake up Joe's family. It's loud enough to alert.
Yeah.
It's a 4 for my initiative.
I guess I'll roll 2.
Yeah, you guys might as well roll, and then it'll take you to
11.
Take you a hot second to get there.
9.
And I definitely take a few steps back if that's possible, like in the moment, because that's very scary.
Yeah. Gosh. Let me pull up her stat block.
Scary lady.
Oh my gosh.
What is
Where is
initiative? Is it dexterity as the modifier?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I brought in a lady, did I? Here we go. We're gonna borrow Kai.
You're now a villain, Kai.
Thanks, Kai.
Hands on.
But we're gonna say you basically got here, swung the door open, and she got right in front of you. And just to make sure I got it right, Brad 4, Eric 11, Chris 9.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And she is at a 16. So
yeah, that'll do.
You're gonna see, even though you took a step back because you were like, "Oh my gosh," she's gonna swipe at you. So sort of unnaturally quick, and it feels like it's going to go through you, right? And she takes a swipe at you with her elongated, ghostly claw of a hand, and that's going to be a 14 to hit.
18.
All right, and it actually misses, right? It actually does go through you, and I think she's shocked by it. But she hasn't seen anybody in a long time, so I don't even think she knows what she's doing.
Right.
But she's desperately wanting you, out of this room. So she's swiping at you and screaming. But she does miss. So we'll move to Eric then. We'll have a turn to sort
Ghost lady. Ghost lady. Angry.
Yeah, when I
Make
hear
it
that scream, I think Cornelius will turn and just start booking it that way. Cool. Are these 5-foot squares?
I believe they are, yep.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think I can literally just burst through the room.
Yeah, you're there. I just don't think you're going to get an action on her based on the wall.
I'll hold an action.
Okay.
And I'll hold casting Ooh, what do I want? I'll hold Mind Sliver against any enemy I see.
Cool. Okay. That makes sense. Cool.
What is going on?
And then that'll move to Chris.
Can you remove this block here? I want to see what is it like. Just stairs?
It's just empty. Yeah, it should be stairs, but it's a mistake on this. Whoever recreated this, but I'll remove it.
Classic.
So you believe me?
Thanks a lot, free map.
Oh, okay. So is like this square here the same as this square here, like based on where the stairs are?
So what you can't see right here are stairs going down, and those stairs going down are the stairs going down. So you would actually be coming out right here.
So it'd be sense? It'd be like 5, 10, 15, 20.
So your 20 would be here, 25, 30.
Okay.
You'd be able to come out.
So I'm going to get to there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Shadar Kai Awesomeness ability number 1. That it's called something. Blessing of the Raven Queen. As a bonus action, I can teleport up to 30 feet and then gain resistance to all damage until the start of my next turn.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give her the old sword.
The old wackadoo. The old wackadoodle. All right, go for it.
And are we flanking? Am I flanking? Do I get advantage?
I think given that you teleported, you instant transmission, you Goku'd her, I would say sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm there.
24 to attack.
I think that hits.
I'm going to divinely smite her.
Okay.
Oh.
Right? Last spell slot. This isn't the big bad thing in the basement. Never mind. I'm just going to attack.
I don't think so.
I can't tell you that.
This is mine. There's space.
11 points damage.
11 damage?
Yep.
You swing your sword. You pause for a second as you kind of pray, because you're going to smite her, and then you're like, nah, this is just easy potatoes. You swing. and you hit her. You're just not met with as much resistance as you thought, right?
Oh.
And she kind of looks back and is like she's trying to say "ow," but it comes out as a howl and a scream, right? So you definitely hit her. You definitely did damage, just not as much as you might have thought, based on how clear your cut was.
Okay.
Cool. That was Chris. Now we go to Brad.
All right. I will ruin your flanking, but I don't care. This chick really freaked me out. So I'm going to take a few steps back to here.
Cool.
If there's an opportunity attack, I'll take it.
Given she was just stabbed in the back, I think you're fine to move backwards. You can disengage.
You say so. All right, cool. Because then I'm going to just Sacred Flame her, which is a 14 Dex save.
Okay. $18 Dex.
Mother ever. Yeah, and it's a cantrip, so there's nothing else that happens.
Cool.
Ah!
The dice get you again. What would she do? We're gonna have the dice roll because it's back to her. She is going to attempt. You're the one who just scared her, even though she got stabbed in the back, and then you try to swing at her again. So she is going to come at you. So she's going to walk out, which will trigger Eric's attack. So we'll let that happen.
Yes. Can I also do my opportunity attack?
Sure.
Yeah.
I like you guys. Why not? 18 hits.
7.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. You swipe, you hit her, she reacts. It doesn't really clip as much as you thought it would. You are swinging at essentially a ghost, but it does do some damage. And she howls again.
I believe it's a DC 13 for...
Intelligence, right? Mind Sliver?
Yep. DC 13 for Mind Sliver.
12, baby.
Huzzah.
Well.
Huzzah. 1d6 psychic, and subtract 1d4 from their next saving throw.
Okay.
That's max damage.
Yes.
6?
6 psychic, yep.
Nice. Yeah, so for the first time, she reacts, and it's like a whole body convulsion, like kind of bending her head down, screaming at the floor. Ah! Yeah, nice. So all of that happens. And then in retaliation, she just wildly lashes out, and she's going to take a stab. She's still mad at Marcus, so she's going to take a stab at him. Roll for that. That's going to miss. That's a 9. And then she's going to take her other hand, so she's right hand to swipe at you wildly and just totally whiff. And then she's going to look at Cornelius and just yell and take a swipe with her left hand.
Oof.
She's very angry.
16?
That hits my armor class, yeah.
Okay. So I need you to I need you to roll a Constitution save while I do damage.
That's a 20 for con.
Okay, so you save, which is good. But you do take 10 necrotic damage from the swipe that goes right through you into your chest.
Okay.
Doesn't cut you or scratch you, like you have no visible wound. But again, your reaction is, holy fuck, that hurt.
Right.
As that claw goes right through you. And that will end her turn.
God damn. That brings it to
me so that brings
now?
it to Eric.
That's what I thought.
So you guys DMing?
How long does this spell last? I don't want to burn too many spells if I don't have to. I think it's just a minute, which probably would not be worth it. Yeah, up to a minute. Okay. Decisions. Okay. Upon getting struck in the chest, I think Cornelius is going to reel back, look up, and with some blood now trickling out his mouth, he's going to yell at the other two and just say, "Be careful, this one has a nasty touch to her." And I'll cast Chill Touch.
Cool. All right. Walk me through it.
I believe it's just another save on her part.
Cool.
Right?
Is it?
I'm looking it up right now.
I can look it up too, yeah.
That's a minus D4 to it, right?
If that's the case.
If it's a saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a ranged spell attack.
In which case, just a spell attack. Yeah.
Well, are you ranged? You'd have disadvantage if she's in melee.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Do I risk it?
If you hit an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of the next turn. That's nice.
True. That's kind of why I wanted to do it. Let's just hit with a vicious mockery.
Okay. That's intelligence again?
I believe so. It should be. Again, I need to like just have all these spells like open.
You're fine. And then it's -4, right? Oh, natural 1. So don't even worry about it.
Excellent. Yes.
Whatever it is, I failed it.
Spectral bitch, go back to your home. And that's what? Just 1d4? Yeah, 1d4. And it does a disadvantage now. Okay, that's 1 damage.
Okay.
Doing things.
She grunts, not as this is the first time it didn't really hurt your ears, her growl. She's kind of like she was expecting it to be a lot worse. But yeah, she mad, bro.
She mad.
Chris, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna do something I should have done the first time just to see what happens. I'm going to use my divine power thing. Sorry. Channel divinity.
There we go.
I'm going to use control undead.
Whoa.
Oh.
First of all, does it have a CER rating of 3 or higher? Sorry, higher than 3?
No.
14 wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, okay. Hardest in the card. 5.
It's mine now.
Wow.
For forever?
For 24 hours.
Okay. You now have control of a specter.
Ooh. Yeah, I can target one thing, wisdom saving throw. Must obey my commands for 24 hours. Or until I use the feature again.
Cool.
So, yep,
is it like
mine.
angrily under your control or
Doesn't say, just says it must obey my commands.
well,
So might not be happy about it.
Let's start there.
Stop attacking us. You're mine now.
So she looks at her hands and she like apparates through you back to the crib and then through the wall right up in Cornelius's face, and then she stops when she hears that, and she's looking at her hands and she wants to apparate but she can't. So she just floats slowly back toward the crib.
Do we think we can talk to this thing?
Without psychic means, it cannot communicate. It does not have the ability to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There is a game in my country called charades.
If you want to try charades, feel free.
She's too scary for me.
I don't think I want to. It was just an idea.
Let's
so,
doors.
Do we want to continue exploring, or maybe we can have her show us how to get to the basement?
I think you went upstairs, right?
Yeah, there was a bunch of doors.
Or...
I didn't see much. I got up there and immediately heard you scream.
That was very scary. It wasn't a scream. That was her screaming.
Sure.
She was scared of her. She was scared of me.
I do have a question. Which? Are there any more surprises on this floor for us?
Answer him.
Oh wow. She floats. Just starts floating slowly. Let's just see which room this is in. La la la.
It's the singing room.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
So to that question, she just floats here and apparates in and out.
Well, I think that's pretty clear. We should not open that door.
I agree. Since we haven't found a basement, do we think the little brother will help? Or do we think that was the little brother?
Unless little brother is, of course, the monster. Give me one moment. I found the master bedroom. I want to finish looking around.
All right.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to look and see if there is anything in the crib, but like not too close.
Yeah, that's fine. So we can walk through you while Cornelius walks to the master bedroom. Are you taking the shroud off, or like what are you doing?
Oof. Me, Brad, would not. That was very scary. Yeah, I think I will.
I like the tentativeness in your voice. Like, this is a bad idea.
It's working. The death house is working. You take it off. And the specter's like nowhere in sight. Right. She is not watching this. And as you take the shroud off, there's dust, cobwebs. You can see right in the middle of the crib, kind of what you were guessing as you peered through earlier. There is a ball shape of sheets and blankets kind of bundled up. So you can just see one big bundle, almost like a swaddle, laying right in the middle of the crib.
Okay. I investigate no further. I do not want to. There's something in there, Tyrion, and then I walk away. If you wanted to look, I'm not looking.
Sure. All right. Out of my way. And I'll look like real well.
Roll investigation.
Terrible at that.
I know.
7.
Looks like a swaddled up kid. Like you're that's your guess from where you're standing. Unless you're gonna grab it and take a look, but
I'm not gonna grab it, but I might like move the blankets or like
it's like a big wadded up ball of blankets. But if you're gonna touch them and like roll it over, like that happens. Like the big pile of blankets, like it doesn't come loose or anything, but it just rolls over.
What's in it?
You'd have to unfurl it. Like all you can see is a big pile of blankets.
Okay, I'll unfurl it.
Oh, Jesus.
As you do, you realize that it is just sheets and blankets all rolled up a big ball.
Is it as scary as I thought?
Oh my god. You don't want to see what's in here.
I knew it.
Roll for persuasion.
How about deception? They're the same. Doesn't matter.
Deception. That's what I meant.
We're 16.
Yeah. At face value, Marcus, you believe it. You're like, fuck, I'm not going in there. And we'll cut to Cornelius back in the bedroom.
So as I like walk past the specter, any like discerning markings? I'm assuming, does she look like she's like wearing her last like clothing that she was last wearing in her mortal life, or is this just like a faint, like eerie?
Let me see. Yeah, no, it has materialized in the fog outside. It's very similar, and it's really just a ghostly apparition. So you can tell it's female.
Okay.
But other than that, there's no markings, there's no clothes, there's really nothing.
So there's no. I
identifying
can't
her.
pinpoint oh, this is the mom or
Exactly. There's no way to tell.
It's just a specter. It's hard to say what she is or what she could be.
Yeah. Really, the only clue that you can infer is that she was haunting the nursery.
Gotcha. Okay. He'll just kind of give her. He'll eye her up and down, just give her a kind of dirty look as he walks past, and then go back into the master bedroom. And actually, I think the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna walk over here, open the door to this little patio, and summon his bat to go fly outside and see if this fog is super dense. How close around the building is it wrapped around? Is this basically encapsulating us in this area? Does he have any freedom to fly around a little bit?
Yeah, totally. And you already kind of guessed what it looks like. So the balcony is clear, but beyond that, when he takes a look, it is very clear that the fog is still wrapped around the house. The only real clearing is, and I'm not sure, so we'll just say the bat was able to fly around a bit, is at the entrance of the house.
Okay.
And it's really just the space of the entrance of the house, but the fog is still there.
After closing his eyes and looking through the bat as it flies around a little bit, after a few seconds, he's just to me, and can summon it back into the room. And then I'll check out this little door right here, I guess.
Cool. And as you do, because now this is really the first time you're patient. I guess not patiently, but you're walking by. So you glance at the bed. Also, you can see that there are holes in the bed, near the left pillow. 5, 6, 7, 8 small holes. And
gotcha.
The bed is kind of all fucked up, right? So you do notice that, and then that area will clear the fog. And let's take just an empty, dust-choked closet.
Okay.
Also, from where you're standing, you walked over, you look to the right. Oh man, I'm seeing more about the bed, and you look straight before you turn to go to the closet. And above the fireplace is another giant portrait of the man and wife of the home.
Okay.
The
any features that look familiar? Specifically from the female?
No, nothing that you can infer.
Okay. After doing that, I do want to go check out the left side of the bed and kind of investigate those puncture holes a little bit more closely.
Yeah, I'll have you do a medicine check.
Oh, what's my medicine? Not great. That is a 17.
Yes, someone was murdered in that bed. You can tell that there are multiple holes that lead you to believe that these were stab wounds.
Okay.
So it was likely that someone was asleep and stabbed
just
multiple
murdered
times.
Through the, Okay.
And given that there are 8 clear holes in the bed that you can make out, this person was probably stabbed many more times than that.
Okay. And there's no way for me to deduce how strong the attacker was, or what kind of weapon these marks came from.
Given that high of a roll, it looks like a dagger.
Okay.
So what was likely happening is there were stab wounds that were making contact, and then misses or very slight misses went into the bed. So you can tell, in the holes, the puncture wounds aren't so large. It really could have been anyone, right? It seems, given the evidence, this person was asleep, at least when the attack started. So it really could have been anyone, any strength.
Okay. As he turns to kind of leave and walk out, he's going to pause and look over at the desk again at the open container with the jewelry in it. And I think he'll pause for a beat and then reach over, shut the lid, pick it up, and stow it in his pack as he walks out the room.
Cool.
And I'll check out this room real fast, and then I'll head back to the group.
Sweet. So that room,
it's also haunted.
You're dead.
Oh no.
No, you open it up, and what you see is a bathroom. Dark room, no real good lighting in there currently. Wooden bathtub with clawed feet, small iron stove with a kettle resting on top of it, and a barrel under with a spigot on the eastern wall. And there is a cistern that would collect rainwater, which is how they would basically use it.
Gotcha.
And yeah, if you were to investigate further, you would see like all the piping and everything's rusted through. Like it's certainly not a functioning bathroom.
No one's taking a bath here anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. And then I'll just return to the other room with everyone else.
Cool. Yeah, we'll cut to you guys. What are you guys doing? Or if you were just chatting during that time, that's fine to you.
Should we go upstairs or should we have her show us the way to the basement?
Why not both?
I think
okay.
we could maybe gain some more intel from, if we have her with us, if we can gain some more intel from upstairs, that'd be good. And then she can tell us where to avoid, potentially.
All right. Come with me. You're gonna go upstairs.
Yeah, you can just control her for him. It'd be great.
Cornelius is gonna take up the rear. He wants nothing to do with that creepy thing.
It's so awesome.
Oh, I'm going to use lay on hands. If you'll permit me to touch you.
Yes. This time.
You are permitted.
Yeah, I'll give you 6 hit points.
Ooh, hot diggity.
Nice.
And then I'm going to give my new friend 4.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make her my best friend.
She kind of like growls, but it's like confused. Like, what? Like she hasn't felt the touch of kindness in a very long time.
Well, nothing if not a kind toucher.
And on that note,
that did not come out the way you wanted it to.
Oh my god! So one of our groups is called the Skull Bashers. You guys right now are named the Kind Touchers.
Oh no!
The Skull Crushers.
So I hope you change that because it's a bad name. You get upstairs. What you notice is that this is also caked in cobwebs, soot, even more so than the last floor, right? The other thing that catches your eye is the big room to the right. And I'll give you a little cue here. And has a padlock on it. That's what I was going to say.
Which room?
Ask her if there's any danger, anything that would attack us in any of these rooms.
Yeah. Is there anything we need to be concerned about up here?
She
raise both hands if yes.
She looks at the room and she seems confused on how to answer that question. And she actually apparates over here. And turns away from the room and puts her head down.
What kind of lock are we talking about here? Does it look like I could break it?
It is an iron padlock.
Okay.
I could try and smash it.
Yeah.
As a reminder from 6 weeks ago or whenever it was, one of you did find an iron key.
Oh, in that case, can we use the iron key?
I might have a key for that. I try the key.
For the folks at home, this is why, you play once a week, not once every 3 months.
All right, I'll go up. I'll try it.
It fits perfectly. What a surprise!
OMG!
Good thing we remembered this.
So just to confirm, you are opening it, undoing the padlock,
and I am opening the door, but not stepping in.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So you are opening the door. Door is open, and what you see in front of you is so tragic. it takes a minute to take in, like to read this in and to process it. But what you've come into is very clearly where the children slept.
Oh my God! Is this the little girl and little boy?
Yeah.
So what
Oh,
you see
you're a
in
bastard.
what you see in front of dude, the death house, bro. I'm obligated to read this legally. No, not legally. This
Really?
room contains a bricked up window flanked by 2 dusty wood framed beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its side and a dollhouse that's a perfect replica of the home in which you currently stay. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are 2 small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. The smaller of the 2 is cradling a stuffed doll, a doll that you recognize was being held by the avatar of JD in last session.
My God, it's JD.
JD.
I don't believe you ever learned the children's names.
I don't think we did.
So, for fun, we're going to say that one bed has the name Rose.
Mm-hmm.
The other bed has the name Thornbolt.
Thornbolt.
Badass name.
It's a powerful name.
It is a power name.
This is a strong name for a strong child.
This is Rose and Thornbolt.
But yeah, so
Susie and Thunderclap.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, the remains lie, and yeah, I'll let you guys do what you will.
So Marcus, I think, looks pretty sad, but tries to hide it, and then lets it sink in for a minute, maybe, and then looks at the dollhouse to see what the rooms that maybe aren't. If it's a replica and it looks like a replica, what rooms do we see that we haven't been in?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, is there a way to a basement?
Yep. Okay. So let's zoom out. By looking at the dollhouse, and let's say that you spend 5-10 minutes, you're talking with the guys, and kind of having a conversation about what you're seeing. We're gonna bring down all of the fog.
Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
So we'll just do that. And then as you're doing this, so you're seeing everything now. So the rooms that you didn't see before, like the threat that was down here, this is a closet. So you're not really sure why she flagged that as a threat. But that's just a big closet. There's a storage room down here. That's still in use as a storage room. Spare bedroom here. Spare bedroom here. I don't know if anything else was a mystery room-wise, but the big thing that you notice, and as you're seeing this, you actually hear this in real time. Right here, there's a false top to it, and if you were to pry that open, like what you're seeing right now, if you're outside of the room, Cornelius, is just a wall that sort of ends, and you could stand on it, like. But what you see in the dollhouse is that that's actually a spiral staircase downward. And so as you're saying out loud, like, oh, this looks different. This looks like it goes down, and it's not the stairs that we took up. Marcus, you actually see that wall kind of shroud itself in darkness very quickly.
Oh,
and
wow.
as the darkness comes up, you can see the staircase presented in front of you.
Wow.
So yeah, kind of cool that you stayed out there. I don't know if that was intentional, but you actually see it in real time. So the house reforms just very quickly. And you don't really hear anything. You do, Marcus, because you're seeing it. You kind of hear this like whoosh. But the other two, you wouldn't have noticed.
There is something going on out here, you two. You should see this.
Hold on, I'm looking at a dollhouse.
And so as you take your first steps out, Tyrion, before you make it out of the room, you and Marcus hear, oh, but don't go yet. It's not time to leave just yet.
Behind us?
Yep.
I just whip around.
Behind you, you see the apparitions of the Thorn and Rose, Thornbolt and Rose, standing very near the toy chest, kind of on each side, and they're holding hands. And that was Rose, the older one, saying that to you.
Hey, I thought you didn't want to come in the house.
Well, we've always been in the house. What do you mean?
Didn't we see you outside?
Yeah, I thought we talked to you outside.
Thorn pipes up. No, we were told not to leave the room. It wasn't safe for us. That's when all the screaming started. But that was many nights ago.
I don't know if it's an insight or something. Can I tell if these are the same kids or not?
You can roll an insight, sure.
I mean, it's super. Okay, I got a nat 20 plus 6.
Okay, nat 20. So what you infer, we won't leave it so much a mystery. They're definitely the same kids. They're wearing the same clothes as what the kids outside were. For whatever reason, however the dark curse on this house has taken shape, this iteration of the kids have not left this room in a very long time. They are confined to this area. So what you spoke to may have been a different apparition or different manifestation of some curse. But very clear to you that these kids have no clue what you're talking about when you say to them, "Didn't we just talk to you?"
And I guess without, that's scary.
That's why I picked it.
Without trying to pull too much out of this nat 20, did they seem the same, like, disposition? They seem like pretty happy and everything out there. Like, did they seem that way, or is there like a little bit different to them, like in a not so good way?
Yeah, good question. From what you've gathered and the very kind of limited conversation so far, but just looking at them, their tone of voice, these are scared kids.
Oh, scared. Okay.
So before they were a little bit more confident and jovial, like, come on in the house. These are like, oh no, don't leave the room. We haven't been outside in a long time. Like, these are timid, scared children.
Okay. Well, we heard there's something bad in this house, and we're trying to get rid of it for you.
And they both look at each other and they say together at the exact same time in that creepy dual kid voice, "The monster in the basement."
Yes, I think that's the one.
What is the monster in the basement?
Oh, we've never seen the monster. Yeah, we've never seen the monster. But our parents told us all about it. Yes, they did.
What did they tell you about it?
Oh, never go to the basement. No, never go to the basement. That's where Mommy and her friends used to meet, and we were never allowed down there.
What friends?
All the friends that would come over in their white clothing and their hoods, it was never a good situation. And Mommy was
the movie Eyes Wide Shut.
Mommy was never so nice to us on those days. I'm blanking. Sorry, go ahead.
Was Dad a part of that too, or just Mom?
And Thorn is the one talking right now. Dad was around them in the beginning, but he didn't like it near the end. No, he spent most of his time. With Rose.
What about where you said your parents told you about that recently? Have you seen them?
They told us, well, it was Rose who told us to stay up here. And that was the last time we saw her or anyone. So we're just waiting for them to come back. But it's been a long time. And we're glad you came.
Are one of them Rose? I thought one.
Yeah, I said the wrong thing.
Okay.
What is her name? We're just gonna make it up. Cynthia. He spent most of his time with Cynthia.
Okay, I'm confused now. Rose is the kid, Cynthia is someone else.
Yeah. That's Cynthia? The first time you're hearing Cynthia.
Yeah. Is that
Is this Cynthia?
oh
Gesture towards the specter.
The kids look out and they're like, I'm not so sure. But the apparition is taking that as a command, and she's nodding yes.
Aha.
Oh.
don't you have another brother? A little brother maybe?
And at this, the apparition, which we'll now refer to as her name is Cynthia, like goes as far away in the hallway as she can to not be in this room. And the little girl Rose, she's the older of the two, she says, "Oh, Walter, yeah, well, he wasn't here very long before he went to go see the monster."
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Okay.
And Thorn just walks over, like to the chest, like kind of behind it a little bit, and starts rifling through some of the toys.
Are there any cool toys in there?
Some dolls, you know, a turbo. What was it from?
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man. There's a
Turbo Man.
No, it's Turbo
Oh,
Man.
man, he got a Turbo Man. He was looking good.
The best Christmas movie ever. No, nothing of note. I mean, there's like junky, cobwebby dolls that have been there for hundreds of years, right? So, but he's just kind of like rifling through.
All right. Well, I think we should continue.
So we're gonna leave, kids, but we're gonna take care of the monster for you.
We'll see
No,
you
I
in a
don't.
bit.
You're not. No. It's. Sorry, we've heard that one before, and we're just not letting it happen. By the way, Chris, you haven't left the room yet, because when you tried to, that's when all this started.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they're retorting and saying, "No, you're not leaving the room."
Is there something preventing me from leaving the room? Like, can I not leave it?
No, you can leave it. They
Don't-
interrupted you, and I'm basically saying you haven't taken the step out yet.
Cynthia, can you tell them that we're leaving?
So as you say that, they look at each other and they kind of look a little freaked out, and they both nod, and Rose books it straight at you, Marcus, and Thornbolt does the exact same thing. God, I'm blanking on your character's name there.
Tyrion.
Jesus Christ. To Tyrion. And I know.
You're looking at it.
I got all these names. I need both of you to make a charisma save.
Oh God.
Charisma. Oh no.
I'm good at those.
If it was you, Joe.
24.
Nice.
Sorry, 23.
Oh, I'm actually decent at this too. Let's see. What does it say?
I really hope this happens.
Oh no. 7.
Okay.
Yes.
So Thorn rushes at Tyrion, and for a second, it looks like he's going to just go right through you. But there's this brief pause, and then he does go through you. And he kind of says, no, and looks over. And as he's looking over, the scene is quite similar. However, when Rose rushes at you, she does not go through you, and she enters you completely. And then you take a breath. Your eyes roll in the back of your head, and you look around, and then you come to real quick. And I need to text you.
Nice.
So just give me 1 second.
It wasn't Raymond, boys.
I was gonna say, Joe would have been like, I don't need to roll. Go for it.
I would have been all over it.
There's some poetic justice here with
Yeah.
Joe being the one to DM someone else getting possessed by a ghost.
When I read this, I was like, please, 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 please.
Oh, this is so perfect.
All right, so let me text you, Brad, and then we'll hop
Especially because Raymond was just like, take me. Like,
yeah.
Please.
I need to go back and listen to that episode because I just have this memory of all of your reactions like, please stop this. And I was hell bent on no. This like I figured out the puzzle. This is it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you let him possess you. He finishes his quest, and you get experience for it, right? Then he gives up your body. No problem.
That was early on too. I think that was like episode 7 or something.
It was early on.
Yeah, it was in the mines or something like that. Where it declare at the mines.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you do with this what you will. But that's the text.
It's Rose, right?
Yes.
Oh, so I should clarify, yeah.
Or am I me? Yeah, I was saying. Oh, okay. Okay. This is it.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so to get right back into it, so that happens, and Thorn is looking, and he's now kind of erratic and whipping around the room. No, that was supposed to work. That was supposed to work. And he takes his ghostly form and hides under his bed, the Thornbolt bed.
That was weird. I guess they're both gone now. Let's go.
That looked like it entered you.
I think she just disappeared, honestly. Same thing happened to both of us. I said
Thornbolt, what was supposed to work?
I said we should go, and I started
Thornbolt. Thornbolt was the one who tried to enter me when I was under the bed, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thornbolt, what was supposed to work? And I'll go over to the bed.
And I said let's go, and I'm walking out.
Cornelius will block him at the doorway.
Block me?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see any of that?
I think I'm hearing a lot of this though, right?
All right, so I want to get to that interaction, but let's get to just Thorn real quick. Thorn just doesn't come out of the bed, and he says, "I just didn't want you to leave. I wanted to be with you.
No,
Will you take me with you?
You can come with us if you want. Where did your sister go?
I can't say.
Yes, you can.
But I wish her the best." And he flies under her bed.
Where did she go?
He does not respond, and then we'll cut to the other two. So you just tried to leave, and Cornelius blocked the way.
Yeah, so Cornelius will put his hand on your chest and just look you in the eyes. And what was the first thing I said when we met on the crossroads?
I don't know, man. That seemed like a long time ago. You tell me.
Joseph may have mentioned it when he was texting us earlier. This is also a test.
Is it really?
This is also me metagaming the fuck out of the situation.
Yeah, no, I don't know what. Wait, what? Yeah, I say whatever you want me to say, or whatever. The test is yes, it is me. It's my
insight check.
Yeah.
What's my insight? 1 + 1. That's a solid 7.
All right, what are you trying to incite?
I'm trying to insight if Marcus seems himself. I don't know what happened in this room, but something weird is going on. And I heard something about one ghost is missing, and we're interrogating the little boy. I knew there were 2 of them. Now there's only 1.
So 7, not super high. It makes sense.
Oh, so he has to roll against it.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, go ahead. Roll.
So it's either deception or it's persuasion, and you don't tell me which. You just roll.
Yeah.
What did you get, Brad?
19.
Okay. Very well. So this kitty cat will not shut the fuck up. Kitty cat.
Now there's a cat in here.
I'm gonna use divine sense again and determine the location of undead fiends, celestials within 30 feet.
Cool.
Come here, Jay. Oh, you're so big. It's a big kitty cat.
So you get a hit on, obviously, Thorn. I'm assuming you get a hit on Brad. You get a hit on your Spectre friend, Cynthia.
What's your character's name again, Brad?
Marcus.
Marcus. I was like, Walter?
I kind of like Walter.
Marcus. So am I getting any
hits.
kind of like undead energy from him?
The same energy that you're getting off of Thorn, you're getting like 10% of that off of Marcus. Right? Like it's much less, but you are getting a hit of something. Like a living person shouldn't be giving you this itch.
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and like turn him around and look at him in the eyes and say, Rose, please come out of Marcus.
Roll for intimidation.
But I said, please.
Sternly.
Oh, no. What'd you say? Intimidation? 10.
Oh, okay.
I
mean, it's you're just talking to me, dude. I don't know.
Hold on, I'll text you, Brad. This is more fun.
Okay, yeah.
I'll let Marcus react to that.
Marcus kind of looks like a little funky. It's me. Rose isn't here. And I look behind me to see if like there's a ghost Rose behind me.
Given my training as a paladin, do I have any clue what's going on?
Yeah, I would say. Well, why don't you roll religion? I think that's a good. And
may I as well?
13.
Yeah. Religion, you said?
Yep.
19.
Okay, you both, and kind of looking at each other like, and the backgrounds that you have are able to glean that Marcus is currently possessed by Rose, and given how he's speaking, it's still Marcus, but
right.
Rose is inside, and it clearly has altered him somehow. You're just not sure how, but Rose isn't driving, right?
Right.
And given those high of scores, I would say that probably in this situation the best way would be to scare the ghost out of
gotcha.
Him.
With that happening, I think Cornelius will like get Marcus's attention, so he's like back face to face with him.
Guys.
And
all right. We see what's going on. Let's just go. We got a creature to kill. I'll lead the way.
He's going to do one last-ditch effort here. He's going to look at Marcus in the face and go, Rose, you know what the best thing is to attack monsters. And he's going to take his gator and he's going to pull it all the way down. And this is the first time you're going to see that Cornelius has these like yellow tinted eyes, which seems a little strange at first. But now you see that his teeth are actually like almost like fangs, like sharp daggers pointing up and down, like legit. Like he's going to say, the best thing to kill monsters are monsters themselves. He's just gonna like bare his teeth and like glare in Marcus's face.
Damn,
that's pretty scary.
That's pretty scary. Roll intimidation at advantage.
That's what I was hoping for. All right, my intimidation is not fantastic. 15.
Yes. So with that, the eyes roll in the back of Marcus's head, just like they did before, and out of his mouth and nose are like an unnatural. It looks like smoke almost, but a little bit thicker, and then very quickly apparating on the floor and sort of reforming is Rose, and she's sobbing, and Marcus is coughing, like kind of catching his breath, puts his arm on you, and like is using you as a balance. and Rose is just quietly sobbing. And she said, I failed.
And then Cornelius will grab Marcus by the shoulder and say, I didn't trust those children even from the start. You should be more cautious next time. And then turn around and put his gator back up and walk out of the room.
Damn. BA move.
I was hoping, quick side note, I was hoping to be a little more bossy, but you guys didn't give me the opportunity.
I think they caught on, so it was like you guys were bossing each other, trying to like, let's get that fucking ghost out of you.
Cornelius was fully ready to let you leave that room. If it wasn't for Chris doing that, like, we would have been fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. I wondered how long that was gonna go, but that was fun. And the kids now under each bed, and they're both crying.
Hey, they're not so bad. They've been through a lot. My nose hurts.
Haven't we all?
Is there anything we can do for them other than kill this monster?
So
I'm leaving. I'm walking out of the room.
I'm going to say this. Given your combined religion score and the characters that you are, you think or know that putting them to rest would end their suffering and their eternal binding to the home. These are, given that their bones are right there, like these are the true manifestations of their souls. The outside completely different. That's probably explains why they were so happy, and these ones are more scared. Like these are the true manifestations of the children, and they're just looking for a way out, which is why they did what they did. So if you put their remains to rest, they would likely, you believe anyway, based on your studies, that they would also then be at rest themselves.
Yeah. I'm like a grave domain cleric. I should know that stuff too.
You have a lot going on in your brain right now.
Right.
Let's deal with this monster, and then we'll come back and help these kids.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Cornelius is gonna just pop open these doors real quick and take a peek inside the rooms and see if there's anything of note.
So, as you open this room, what was your passive perception?
11.
If you go in one, I'll go in the other. If we want to save time.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Cool. Roll perception check or investigation, either one. Eric, and then Brad or Marcus. You basically glean that this is a spare room. There really isn't much to note in it from what you can tell as you walk in.
Okay, cool.
So
10.
are these like a bunch of sheets over a bunch of things?
It's like furniture, think of like an attic of someone's rich home. Like seasonally, they're probably changing things out.
Right,
so this is what's up there. So it's like tables and couches and chairs and all sorts of stuff. And they're all draped in white tapestries, essentially. With a 10 investigation, yeah, you see exactly that. It is what it is. It's an old dusty storage room.
Can I also just check it out?
Yeah.
Investigation?
Yep.
5.
Yes. From where you guys stand, it looks like an old dusty storage room.
This guy's so bad at like looking for stuff and finding things.
Dude.
Liechtenstein will take 2 of the tarps off. Just like randomly, just like grab the tarps.
Yeah, cool.
And fold them up and keep them on him.
And as you do that, now you're getting your hands dirty. You're getting the lay of the land of it. You take one off. You take one off. You notice over here, like this looks, I don't know, odd. Like maybe the tapestry doesn't match the others, right? Like it just looks a little bit different than the rest.
So just for flavor, I'll say that I'm grabbing some that I think would be nice to like wrap the bodies of the kids in.
Cool.
So maybe
I like that.
Come over here and I grab these 2, and that's when I noticed this one doesn't match.
Perfect.
And I'll pause and go over there and take that one off as well.
Yeah. Okay. So just so we have it for note, you now have 2. Like you did the whole shebang, right? Got the dust stuff. You've got 2 nice like linens, essentially, folded up and ready to take on your person. So as you come over to this one, what clued you in and why you thought it looked different. Now that you're looking at it closer, it is blood-soaked, blood-dried, years of decay. So this one has been sort of festering over time, whereas the other ones were just simple linens. So remind me, did you say you take it off?
So now that I notice that's blood-soaked,
Yes.
could I, based on our previous conversation outside a game, can I try and imbue like some of my magical energy into the sheet, noting that it's blood-soaked?
Totally. Yeah, I'm down with that.
He wants to try and like explore this. I'm assuming this is probably Arcana.
Yep.
So that's 17.
Cool. So you're able to do that. What are you trying to like find out, or talking about your goals?
So Cornelius is
Where do you see
very
yourself
interested in utilizing blood for magic.
Yep. Okay.
So I think that in the course of his studies, he's realized that not all blood has this reactivity. So I'm really just winging all this.
Yeah. I'll say this. It's old.
Okay.
But you're able to sort of scrape enough off of the material and feel it through it. This blood carries, I'm just kind of winging this here, an anger to it. Right?
Cool.
Like it was
like spilt in passion almost.
Vicious. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. So
okay. With that being noted, I'll take out a little vial. I'll try and get some of the hardened blood and scrape it off into the vial, and then I'll take it off and remove it.
Yeah, great. So you do that. Whoosh. You see a skeleton sort of haphazardly thrown in there. And like what you're looking at is like a little furniture, right? And there's drawers that have been removed, and there's a skeleton that was shoved in there a long time ago. And this skeleton has bone like chipping in certain spots.
Yeah. Yep. Cool.
And there is just a little tiny diary also that was placed in the drawer as well.
I'll definitely pick. I mean, I'm 99% sure I know who this is already, but I'll pick up the diary and skip to the end, like the last entry.
So the cover has a big W on it, and as you flip through, you don't pay attention to anything but the end. And the last entry, there's a heart on the top of the page with a G, which is for Gustav, who's the head of the home, and then there's a C, so G plus a C in a heart, and the last entry says, "She's coming. She wasn't okay with it, and I should have known. They're coming. The kids are safe for now. I'm so sorry." And then the last line just says, "Walter, I'm so sorry." And then it's just signed Cynthia.
Everyone, come here. I think I finally put this whole story together. Marcus, come into the room, please.
Okay.
It seems clear to me now that the husband was murdered by his wife, probably his maiden as well. He tried to protect the children, but it seems that he failed. It seems the newborn was probably used in some kind of dark sacrifice, and the mother is the one to blame. My guess is that it's her who's responsible for most of this, if not all of this. And that's likely who we're going to face in the basement when we arrive there.
Monster. Right.
And this was the nanny, right?
That's Cynthia, Yes.
The au pair, the nanny, the help, yeah.
Yeah, that was the live-in nanny who whose diary and body you just found.
They porking, yo.
Cynthia and the husband were porking?
Oh yeah, big time.
There was adulterer on the written on the wall or whatever.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, since Eric pretty much nailed it exactly. That's exactly it. So Gustav had an affair with Cynthia, and Walter was their child. That you've heard one case, it was stillborn from that letter from Strahd.
Right.
But now you're hearing like we had a brother and he went to see the monster, so you don't know, right? But like there's different stories there. But it's very clear that the wife and her cult friends, murdered Gustav, murdered Cynthia, and maybe took the baby. Maybe that's how the baby got down there. You're not exactly sure, but just kind of inferring.
Marcus, what did you see in the other room?
It's just as exciting as this room, really. Nothing. It's just a spare room.
Do we want to try and check out the other room that the Spectre was trying to warn us about, or should we head?
Is that this room?
Down to the basement. We're south of where Cynthia is. This one.
Yeah, that's definitely she. Yeah, she was being weird about it, but yeah, I think at this point.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay.
This one.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll open the door.
All right. You open the door and you see that it's a supply closet that the Cynthia would have used like when she was doing her cleaning duties. So there's towels, there's rags, anything and everything. And at the back of the room, there's a couple broomsticks like leaning up against the wall, a couple mops and things like that. That's what you can see
broomsticks
from
are flying
here.
Can I fly on them?
You can't tell from where you're standing, but you could go check them out.
Where are they?
They're at the end of you're talking about this room right here, right?
No.
Oh, no, we went to the room at the
bottom. Oh, I'm sorry.
Which was the one that Cynthia was like...
Oh, Cynthia flagged this room on this floor. But when she came up here, she turned around and looked. It wasn't such that she was looking at this room to flag it. She was
looking away from the kids.
Looking away from the kids.
Oh.
She wasn't flagging this room. This room is just as exciting as this room.
Yeah, then I'll go back down.
Sorry, I blew my load.
While he's doing that, Cornelius is going to go in here and start wrapping the kids' bodies in the sheets.
I think Marcus. If I know you're doing that, Marcus would help.
Yeah,
and she's gonna come with
specifically
me.
With Rose.
We go to the storage room. You're going in there.
Sure.
How many turns will it take us to get down there, Eric? I wonder.
Probably 2 at least.
As you step into the closet, you see all of the things that I described earlier, mistakenly. And as you're eyeing those brooms, thinking to yourself, like, man, I wonder if one of those can fly. One of them legitimately stands up and straight up angles this way and just shoots right toward you.
Can I catch it?
No, it is coming at such a force that it's actually attacking you. So I'm going to have it make an attack roll, and then you're going to roll for initiative.
Yeah, kill.
And you are going to fight what is called, I'll pull it up, the animated broomstick. Why can't I pull up the fucking stat block? It's blocked on here for some reason. Animated.
Yeah, this is more suited for a one-on-one battle.
Yeah.
Sure.
Probably like a level 10 creature.
Right.
Yeah.
Decapitate it.
Yeah, I'll look up a green dragon stat block for the broom.
I'll be right back.
All right.
I think we need to run away from that thing. Side note.
Okay, so it's going to come at you with such a force and completely whiff, go right over your shoulder. It went way too fast, and it's gonna miss. And then I'll have you roll initiative.
You want me to roll initiative for Cynthia as well?
You guys can share initiative.
Okay. Nat 1.
All right, broom's at a 7, so it's gonna come back around and fly right at you. Dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Six damage, 6 bludgeoning damage.
Damn.
So this time it's gonna fly at you and hit you right in the chest. So, like giving you maybe a bruise on the chest and bounce right off, and then kind of stop suspended right in the air, and lean up just a little bit, almost as if it's looking at you.
Okay.
but it is just a broom.
You care if I pull up a Spectre stat block and look at it?
No, I don't care for sure. Yeah, definitely. That's why I
That's
named
nice.
it so you could.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to have myself attack it with my sword.
Cool.
15.
That is a tie, so you hit it.
Yeah.
That is hilarious that the broom has a 15 AC.
It's really a good broom.
That's higher than a lot of our
broom.
characters.
I know.
Others.
It's higher than the Spectre.
13 damage.
Dang. Okay.
And then I'm going to instruct Cynthia to help me attack.
To do her attack. Okay. So you hit it, and you splinter it. It doesn't die, but you
die, broom.
Like the sword stops, and you've taken out like 3/4 of it, but it stops, and then it actually splinters all the way through. But it's still trying to wiggle out of the sword. But you have it sort of caught right now, where Cynthia's going to turn around and take a claw swipe, I would assume.
A life drain attack?
Yes, that's really not going to apply to a broom, but the damage will. The life drain part won't.
Because it's a broom. Nat 20. Hey, yo.
All right. Let's roll for damage, brother.
3d6. 66 damage. What? I'm just going to do that with... Do I have
You
that
said 66.
I know. I was like, wow. The house explodes.
Has Tyrion lost his 1v1 versus a broom?
No, he's totally winning it.
Yeah.
We're laughing, though, that the broom's AC is 15. This thing's a tank.
I mean, it's nimbly and / or bimbly.
Is it 3d6, Lair?
It's, yeah, but I crit, so it's 66. 15 damage. That's some shitty rolls.
So like I said, you swing your sword and you catch it, and your sword gets stuck almost through it, and it splinters. And we're gonna say for fun that she actually takes both hands because you yell to her, "Attack!" and she just screams, like letting out all of her anger, and she grabs the broom with her ghostly hands and just brings it backwards and snaps it in half.
Nice.
The other way of what your sword was, and then throws them to the ground. And then the broom just like rots right in front of your eyes. And,
Thank you, Cynthia.
It is dead.
Thank you for your help.
And again, she's confused. She's like looking at you sort of like a cat or a dog does when it cocks its head, like it can't believe that you're being nice to it. And just sort of floats away. Like in your vicinity, but is like, cool.
What's in this room other than a broom?
That's it. Brooms and sheets and towels.
One broom was just extra pissed.
One broom, just
extra pissy broom.
Wanted to give you a brooms. That was not good.
I see where you're going with it, though.
Thank you.
The effort was there. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll cut it later, but thank you.
Nope. Wait forever. All right, we're coming back up here.
Cut that in post.
Cut that.
Anything downstairs?
I got this bruise from a broom.
Wow.
What would we call that? Brooms.
and then Tyrion just walks out of the room. Come, Cynthia. Let's go. Let's avenge you and your lover.
I love this damn game.
So let's I think we ready to go down.
Unless we want to rest first.
To the dungeon. I don't know if
We want a short rest?
I
could use some hit points and some other stuff.
It's not the worst idea.
Well, why don't we rest by getting their remains ready, if that's something we can do, since it's like a light activity.
Yeah, it can be an active short rest.
Okay.
Like you're prepping the bodies, you're sort of game planning. I know some of you've taken damage, so you would have tended to those wounds.
There we go. Totally all right, I'm back to full, baby.
What?
And
where?
Go ahead.
Where is it in D&D beyond the hit die?
I don't know. So you can click short rest.
Oh, I'll just hit short rest. Never mind.
Yeah, you hit short rest and it prompts you, I think.
It's not great, the functionality of it, so I usually do it manually.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
kinda
actually
keep
heal
track.
you. You just like
Right.
have a toggle that says you can use it.
Yeah, it's not. That's like one of the things I would say doesn't work super well in DDBN.
I would like it if it just healed me. But...
Yeah, for sure. So let's think of a few things. You guys are short resting and healing up. What's I gonna do? Get my shit together.
It actually did work. I hit short rest. I clicked one of the boxes, and then it rolled a die for me. And then I have automatically apply healing with dice
nice.
result.
Oh,
and
cool.
automatically put it on there.
Very cool.
So user error for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
for
don't
me
know.
it's
Maybe
just you have pretty
changed.
short rest, relative ability, blah blah blah, but it hasn't given me my healing.
That's what usually happens to me is it doesn't apply the healing.
What do you do?
So I clicked short rest, and then it says recover, and there's a checkbox that says automatically apply healing with dice result.
Yeah,
and
did
then
that.
under the hit die, there's the 3 slots. I clicked one of them,
Mhm.
and then I hit take short, and then there's like the 1d8 plus whatever below it, and I clicked it, and then it actually rolled the die.
Oh, I don't have the 1d8 below it.
After you click one of the boxes.
So I clicked a box.
And then it should pop up right below that.
Oh, I must have already. Okay. Yep.
And then when you click it, it actually rolls the die, and then when you hit confirm or whatever, it goes.
Got it. Cool. Must have already taken a short rest or something, or hit the button.
I'm gonna grab another LaCroix while you finish up your short rest and everything. I'll be right back.
Okay,
1 minute.
cool. Is there any other strategizing we want to try and do before we take the plunge here?
I mean, I've got Burn Undead. I've got Eyes of the Grave, where I can detect something, and I have another thing that's like Radiant Soul. I can like have wings and deal 3 additional radiant damage. I thought I had something else that was more like undead centric.
Right.
I don't know what that was, but I don't know. But
I can get one first level spell back, so I will do that.
Sweet.
So that's a benefit too. I forgot I even had that ability. Good.
I do have an enhance ability. I don't know if that'll help any of us.
I mean, Constitution might be good for resisting any kind of like
temp hit points.
Yeah, exactly. Strength, obviously, for anyone who's doing physical combat.
To do what now?
Enhance ability.
I have enhance ability. I was thinking about if we should
cast we want to buff up before we head down. Yeah.
Doesn't that like aid skill checks? Not so much.
Well, there's like stuff. 7 options. Like there's Bear's Endurance, which give someone temporary hit points. Then there's Bull Strength, which is advantage on strength checks. There's Cat's Grace, which is something about Dex. Eagle's Splendor, advantage on charisma checks. Fox's Cunning, advantage on intelligence. Owl's Wisdom, advantage on wisdom checks. So the 10 hit points will help any of us.
Right.
I just don't know if I want to burn a spell on that.
I think we can probably wait for at least a second.
Yeah, I feel like that one spell you have that gives temporary hit points every round is better than that, though.
Aid? I think it's Aid.
No. Aid's good, though. Aid's a great spell.
I do have Aid.
I was thinking of the spell Heroism or something. Didn't you cast that?
Oh, that was a different campaign.
Yeah, that was in our last one.
What are you seeking to keep track of your spell slots?
Mines.
Yeah, we're just kind of going over stuff. Okay.
Nice.
I don't think there's anything that I want to cast right this second, so I think we're good to keep going, basically.
Cool. So, fun fact: this is where the party would, if we did this as level 1s, would move to level 2.
Okay.
Just to give you a look behind the curtain.
So we're level 4 now?
Nope, you guys are at level 3.
Are you ready to go?
Who's gonna lead the way?
All right, so
come with us, Cynthia. It's time to avenge you and your lover.
I'm
making friends with a ghost.
Do a little scene change here.
Scene
you guys
change.
are going to hop in.
Doodle-doo-doodle-doo.
I was just thinking.
Hopefully
I tried to do
this
the Batman like spinning
fog.
icon.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Fine.
Excellent.
Oh, okay, perfect. This worked really well.
Oh my
Great.
god.
What are we seeing here?
That's the spiral, I'm assuming, right here.
That's where you guys come out. Yep. So it's a really cramped, small kind of spiral staircase. So you guys are in it, hunched over. It's hot, like it's gross. But you, because you're going down, like basically the length of the entire house. So it takes a minute.
Right.
For you to get down I think you were on the 4th floor, so 4 flights, and emerge out downstairs, basically onto the 5th. So let's attempt to get your lovely faces back in this scene.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're all gonna come out like monsters.
Yeah.
So if you guys wanted to
Yeah.
resize those,
Just look away.
that'd be classy. Ooh, I got a good one now for you, Brad.
Hey.
20.
I don't know. JD was in it too. That's okay.
He's here in spirit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he was one of the kids.
That was such a good cameo.
Yeah, that was super good.
Oh yeah.
So I like our midnight cutoff, unless anyone's hunkering to go much longer. But I think I have a good way for us to sort of end right around midnight.
Okay.
So we can do that and then be done. Or if you're hunkering to do more, like we can. But that might be a good place to stop. And then we'll likely have 1 to 2 more sessions of Death House. So we could, we'll plan after the video. But I kind of have some ideas of what we can do. Maybe we add JD in for the end somehow, or continue to use it as we have been. But we'll talk about that offline.
Voice and it is JD.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Could be something.
But we'll talk about that. But yeah, if you guys all want to emerge there, and we'll sort of talk about what you're seeing.
I think we need a Chris icon.
He was there. Where did he go?
I thought I threw one in somewhere.
Did he?
He was. His face was there.
Oh, yep, I see him.
Yay.
Oh, there he is. Look at that handsome devil.
Cool. So
I painted that painting myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Using Photoshop.
Still super cool.
It was for a project in grad school. I had to learn how to use Photoshop.
That's badass.
I made a painting of myself.
Of myself.
I mean, why paint anything else?
I don't know.
So you come out in this, there's no other way to describe it, like dungeon, cellar. It is exactly what you're picturing. Dirt, concrete, was dug out a long time ago. They put walls in, and you can only guess what activities went down here. And based on your history, Cornelius specifically, based on what you're gleaning, probably was taking place. This is an evil place. And as you step forward, we'll kind of give you the look of the land here. You are met with some cold, that damp smell. If you've ever been into like a cellar, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what's hit you. And as you step forward, you see a long hallway stretching, we'll just call it north and south. When you look north or to the left from where you are, that wall comes quick, but there is a pathway there. And then if you look down to the right, obviously you see that's a much longer hallway with some options to go that way. So tell me what you did with the kids' bodies. Are they with you, or are they back up?
Oh no. I assumed we would have wrapped them up and put them on their beds.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd wrap them up and get them ready to put them to rest, but keep them in the room for now.
So Cynthia emerges. I didn't bring her photo. What were we using? Kai, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. and I'll let you guys react sort of how you want. But what I'll say is, as you're speaking, Cynthia floats this way.
I'll follow her.
I look at Tyrion. I'm like, hey, isn't she supposed to? I'll follow.
I think she's trying to show us something.
And as you come out this way, what you see is a little hallway that leads into 2 other rooms. Small
Where
rooms.
did she go?
She's sort of floating in between the walls. Like, she kind of wanted to come this way, or at least exactly as you guessed, show you that this was here, and now she's kind of just like, right? So she's just floating around.
Cynthia, what's over here?
She, in the air, mimics, like, she's laying down and crosses her hands on her chest.
Wait, what? Lays down and crosses her hands.
She's flying, right? So she goes parallel to the ground, right? Parallel, and then puts her hands on her chest crossed.
Is it someone's body?
And she just stays laying down and floats this way.
All right, I'll go this way.
All right.
As you do, it becomes quite evident to you that these were crypts for the family that they had planned for themselves and come down here and had dug out at some point. So let me just grab the ones that you're standing in right now. The one that you guys are in right now, the slab stone is there's no name on it or anything. And then you can see down the hallway there on the other one. So this one will be the one I'm referring to. And that has the name Walter Durst etched into the stone.
Was he the husband?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Walter was the baby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the baby. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I'll look over there and see if there's like an occupied grave or whatever, however this is set up.
For sure. So, there's no. Let me just make sure real quick. In both of these, as you investigate further, the crypts are empty. It's just a gravestone, but there is no coffin in either of these. This is what it was intended for, but there's no coffin or body in either of these 2.
Is there anything else of note in this area?
Nope, not these 2. And then she's sort of building confidence with you guys. She, unless you stop her, starts floating this way, and then floats over here.
Can I follow her through the wall?
Nope.
My friend,
right,
go take a look at where she went, and I'll send the bat to fly into that room.
So let me just make sure real quick. Okay, so she did go through here, but she actually ended up in here. So if the bat would come this way, she's not in there. Okay. But she's here, and the bat would have noticed that, right? So let's do this, let's do that, and let's do that. And we'll take this fog down because you guys are getting close enough to it. You can see that these are crypts, but specifically she went to these 2. And given that your bat is over there and you're seeing through the bat, or maybe the bat reported to you, and that you're there too, the names on these 2 are Rose and Thornbolt. And
can I move the sarcophagus?
Yeah.
Like the lid, just for one of them.
Yep.
I'm guessing they're empty.
They are empty.
Hey, I walk down there and see that, I think, and then probably turn back to Von Lick, and maybe we should grab their remains now and bring them down here. This looks like where they should go.
Yeah, I like
Eventually.
it.
How long does it take us to like descend?
Oh yeah, it was kind of
4 flights.
4 flights of stairs, cramped. What do you think? 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
A minute?
I think,
go down a
it's
flight of
cramped. Like
stairs?
you're going slow because if you were to rush it, you'd probably fall, right?
I think what we did was fairly substantial. This place is not a holy place. I'm not sure they would be at peace here.
These are their
kill the monster.
family's crypts, though. I think they'd be at peace here.
Let's kill the monster first if we do that.
Okay, I agree. Where's this monster? Thank you for showing us this, Cynthia. We'll make sure the kids are at peace.
She kind of bows, and then
Can I just say I love that this happened?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's so
Narratively,
cool.
it has been like just the best.
When they say you can't plan anything, like
Yeah,
fucking awesome though.
to think this bitch tried to kill us.
It's been a fun way to tell the story of the house through her too. Like she's kind of like your tour guide.
I know.
And on your left, you'll see the tombs of the children.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Woohoo. Cool.
Do you want her to show us where the monster is?
Yeah, Cynthia, where's this monster?
So when you say that, how would she react to that question?
I imagine she might not even know.
What I was wondering.
She kind of shrugs. Like what I'm struggling with is she doesn't want to disappoint you, so I'm wondering how that manifests. Like she's building trust with you, so like a shrug isn't enough, but that's really what she's doing is she's like, throwing her hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to say, but your command of show me where the monster, like she cannot respond.
That's okay, Cynthia. It's fine. Find her together.
And she just lets out what might be a cute, but it's not because her vocal cords don't work. A cute little like.
Do that, please.
I'll send the bat south.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so is this like the rat familiar? Like, are you seeing through it?
Mm-hmm.
Just remind me. Or does it report back to you?
I will close my eyes and see through the bat's eyes. Yes.
Cool.
Oh.
So yeah, when you get here, you see what was at one time a dining hall.
There's a lot of strawberry jam skewed about the room.
This dining hall contains a plain wooden table flanked by long benches, and moldy humanoid bones are just all over the dirt, all over like under the table, just kind of strewn and thrown about in here. The bat wouldn't really know, but it reeks as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to do something. Here, the way I set the fog up, there's sort of an alcove that the bat would have likely noticed as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then down this way, like there's just more. It's just more hallway and roomish.
Okay.
Right.
I think that's probably good for now because Cornelius would definitely want to check this out.
Yeah. Cool.
It looks like there's a mess in the dining area down south.
Should we check it out?
I am definitely going to check it out, but don't know if you have the stomach for it potentially, depending on what I've seen.
All right.
So walk in the room. He's already getting a feeling this is like, blood sacrifice written all over it.
Yeah, you're. Well, give me like an insight check.
Okay.
Or perception, whatever you want.
Investigation. 18.
Yeah, 100%. Shit went down here, and it certainly wasn't pleasant. at one time there was meetings down here, and it looked like this may have been a fun dining hall for this secret fucking cult. But at some point, shit went south, and in a bad way.
With the roll of that, can I determine if this was planned or if this is like a battle, or does this have the signs of like an organized ritual, or is this a sign of like pure chaos?
What you see in this room is chaos.
Okay.
This was whoever was attacked in this room didn't plan for it.
Okay. This seems a bit haphazard. This was not intentional, I don't believe. At least not on one side.
Judging from like the blood splatter on the walls, any other kind of like entrails there might be around, can I kind of determine what did this?
Sure.
I was totally expecting you to say no.
No, I like it. But give me a medicine check for that, because we're going real Dexter on this
one. And this is all really old, right? Like
9
plus years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
9.
Okay, you can tell a battle took place here, and it was like someone, like, we'll say this, someone was sitting down and eating and was likely stabbed where they were sitting. That's why there's blood all over the table. And then it looked like over here someone was backed into a corner. And there was a fight, and clearly someone lost, right? So it looks like potentially, and you're not really confident in this, but this is what you're putting together, there was like a surprise attack in this room. And it wasn't necessarily a monster, but it was a fight that broke out. So swords rang, people were stabbed. Yeah, exactly.
Do I know a creature that might take the bodies?
Like, do you know of a creature that exists that might take the bodies?
Yeah. Does this like seem familiar for some reason?
This specifically would not seem familiar. Okay. No. Yeah, no. Nope.
And can I check out this little like a cove over here to the right?
Yes, but give me a perception check. What did you roll just before?
18 for investigation.
Okay, we're gonna let that stand.
Okay.
As you get close to that alcove, I'm not gonna bring the fog of war down because I have to redo it. But with a roll that high, you're being extra cautious, and you get about 7-ish feet away from the back wall of that alcove. Or say that the alcove is about 5 feet deep, and as you get to about 7, you sort of put your hands out and warn everybody, don't move, like, don't get closer. And what you see in there blends in really well with the concrete and the dirt. Not quite sleeping, but probably in some state of slumber, is a large worm with almost flower-like, I don't want to say tendrils, but kind of around it. It's almost like a collar. And part of it, like the head part of it's up against the concrete, and the rest of the body is just buried in the dirt a bit. And it's pretty sizable, I believe. And it hasn't moved, but you did notice it. Like, it blended in pretty well. And you only notice it because of a roll that high.
I'm going to put my hand up, and I'm just going to like slowly tell everyone to back out. Like, just get away.
My pleasure.
And we'll just kind of avoid that corner.
Back.
And I think, unless you guys want to investigate a little more, that might be a good place to say,
yeah, let's do
stop.
Yeah. Giant worms.
Giant worms in dungeons. All right, cool.
Oh, love it.
Cool beans, guys.
I fucking love this game so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was great, Joe. Thanks so much.
For sure. For sure. Thanks for playing. This was fun.
I never anticipated us controlling an undead.
Never in a bajillion years.
Yeah, that was.
But it's worked out so well.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's perfect.
Like,
I love how we just happen to fall on characters that just work. You know,
I think that's the beauty of the game. Like, that is how cool is that? Plus, I think there's so much lore in this house you would have missed without, like,
potentially, yeah.
Or at least it would have taken a little bit of, I don't know. It was kind of nice you had a tour guide.
Well, even just knowing like who she was and why she's there, you know, like that adds a little bit to it for sure.
Sure.
My only bummer from the sesh is that I didn't get to be possessed for longer.
Yeah. So what I text Brad was, you now have the flaw. I'll just read it to you exactly.
Yeah.
I like being in charge and get angry when others tell me what to do.
That's it.
So that's why he started being pushy.
I was trying to lean on it, but you didn't even let me get out of the room because I would have really started to get like yelling.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too bad. So I'm like, just let it go, guys. It's not going to be that.
Yeah. I was likely, if you guys made it down to the crypt, I was likely going to text you like, okay, like it's more intense now or something to sort of bring it out. Because I think that would have been fun. Like when you sort of forgot about it, then it's like, okay, let's ramp this back up.
Had I known it was something so minor, I wouldn't have gave it as much of a fuck about it. But I was like, I'm not entering into this final thing with like one of our players like potentially gonna do something crazy, you know, like run away or
characters though. Like let's take care of this now.
Well, I also like watched it happen and watched it almost happen to me. I'm like, something's
right.
Yeah. Oh, your flaw. What would have yours been? Just so you know.
You're really, really conceited.
I'm scared of everything, including my own shadow, and I weep with despair when things don't go my own way. Like that's the funnier one.
Oh my god.
That would have been funny to see.
But you rolled like a 24. I'm like, I can't even fudge the number because the check's like a 10 or something. But I was like, I'm upping that because it's so fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
But no, it worked out.
Good shit.
Cool.
Good shit. All right, guys. Well, thank you again. We'll go ahead and stop it here.
Before you hit stop, thank you to. Hold on, I wrote down their name.
Oh yeah.
Their map. I will. No, I have it somewhere. Hold on. Thank you to. Oh, I didn't write it in here. It will be added on the next episode.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Cool. All right.